Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, pilot Jack Rulin in Skycam 16, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark, and Joe Zone on sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. Today's the day that many politicians in our area take office.
To begin or continue the jobs they won in November's election. In fact, in Scranton, the new mayor is calling it a new beginning. David Wenzel was sworn into office this afternoon here on the steps of City Hall. Hundreds of people stood in the cold to hear their new mayor take the oath.
Defend the Constitution. And I shall fulfill the duties of my office with fidelity.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Will you be the first to call you mayor?
Thank you.
David Wenzel, a Republican, defeated the incumbent mayor, Democrat James McNulty, by only 120 votes. Along with the swearing-in ceremonies, there are other celebrations for Scranton's new mayor.
In fact, tonight's the night for the inaugural ball. Newswatch 16's Mark Anik is live at the Masonic Temple in Scranton, where they're getting ready. Mark?
Well, Nolan, they are getting ready for all the fun. As you can see behind me, all the tables are set. The fun here starts at about 8:30 with the inaugural ball. But, you know, anyone in this new administration will tell you that it was hard work and not fun that got them this far. Hard work, they say, made Wenzel a winner. And hard work made this ball and today's swearing-in possible.
I, David J. Wenzel.
The ceremony came complete with a good-sized crowd, police officers in dress blues with white gloves, and a band, courtesy of Central High. There were speeches from many, including the Bishop of Scranton.
As we go forward into a new era, a new beginning, let it be with your guiding blessing.
And then there was the speech this crowd was waiting for.
What our city needs at this crucial point in time is not division, not one-man rule, not politics as usual, but rather a new beginning, a new partnership in which representatives of all associations, communities, and people in our city can come together and work with government to begin to solve the common problems facing our city.
The new mayor took his call for unity into warmer surroundings, indoors, to shake hands with those who want to wish him well. The mayor also took time out to talk with the media about the problems facing him at City Hall.
Our immediate problem right now in City Hall is really just getting a hand on the fiscal problem of the city.
Now, the mayor tells me that in order to get a hand on that problem, he is proposing an audit of the entire city government. But that is work that can be left for tomorrow. Tonight, the job to do is to come out and have fun. The mayor will be here tonight with his well-wishers starting at about 8:30. Nolan, Karen?
Mark, I understand there's another big party going on, too.
Yes, that's right, Karen. There are actually two inaugural balls going on this evening in the city of Scranton. This one here at the Masonic Temple is the first one. It starts at 8:30. This one is different because it costs $100 a ticket to come to this ball. There is a second one going on over at the Long Center. It also starts at 8:30 this evening. The people going there will pay $25 a ticket, so they have a choice depending on how much money they make. I'm Mark Anik, Newswatch 16, live with the Instacam in Scranton. Nolan?
Thank you, Mark. For the first time in 2 years, Luzerne County has a full house of judges. Gifford Capellini, a Wilkes-Barre attorney, was sworn in this morning. Newswatch 16's Mark Davis reports about some of the work waiting for the new judge.
I, Gifford S. Capellini,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear.
A 2-year vacancy in the Luzerne County bench took only minutes to fill. Before an overflow crowd, 58-year-old Gifford Capellini, a Republican, became the 7th judge in Luzerne County. He defeated Magistrate Michael Collins in November. Capellini fills the spot left open by Judge Peter Poloszewski's election to the state Superior Court in '84. President Judge Robert Horgan has been dealing with the judicial shortage. Horgan says it's been difficult counting on state judges to fill in.
And the civil court, because of Rule 1100, which means a defendant must be tried within 180 days, sometimes we would have to take a judge from the civil court so that we wouldn't lose any cases on the Rule 1100.
That's resulted in civil case backlogs. Judge Capellini has a big task just ahead of him. He'll be voting on the next district attorney. Robert Gillespie resigned effective today. Each judge gets 1 vote.
I would like it clear that at this point I really have made no decision. I'm looking at all the candidates very carefully. And obviously the reason I'm looking at them is because they're also well eminently qualified, that it's not an easy decision to make.
Judge Cappellini won't have much time to savor his swearing in. He begins hearing cases first thing Tuesday morning and will cast his ballot for district attorney later this week. Mark Davis, Newswatch 16 at the Luzerne County Courthouse in Wilkes-Barre.
Schuylkill County has a new district attorney today, and the chief prosecutor says when it comes to a crackdown on pornography, he'll pick up where the former DA left off. Before he left office, DA Richard Russell ordered this raid on the Freedom Adult Bookstore near Schuylkill Haven. He claims the store did not follow his order to remove obscene videotapes from the shelves. Today, the new district attorney for Schuylkill County told us the case is a test of our state's obscenity laws.
We have a prosecution that's in the works at this point, a prosecution against obscenity that's in the works that I'm just going to carry through to see if, in fact, these cases can be prosecuted.
And DA Shields says if he doesn't win the Freedom Adult Bookstore case, he probably won't be able to prosecute any similar cases.
Also in Schuylkill County, a new mayor will be sworn into office in St. Clair tonight. Now, that's news because the man leaving office has held that post for 28 years. Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini tells us Joseph Long has 52 years of public service to his credit.
He started out walking the streets of St. Clair as a policeman in the 1930s. 78-year-old Joseph Long is making his last rounds as mayor.
I love the town, I love the people. I got a brother who lives in Florida. He coached me to go down there. No way. I'm going to die here.
He stops by the barbershop, a daily ritual that helped keep him in touch with things in St. Clair.
He's just a regular guy, that's all. Everybody in town liked him.
Joe Long became mayor just when the coal industry took a nosedive. He admits candidly it hasn't been easy.
Promote the town as much as we can, but there isn't a hell of a lot to offer here.
But Long sees a future for this Schuylkill County community. There are new industries in the area.
We get a few other prospective plants in the future, which may benefit the town.
St. Clair could use it. Better times may be ahead, but Joe Long helped keep things going during the toughest times. In 28 years here, he says he's made more than his share of enemies. Still, the people of St. Clair kept Joseph Long in the mayor's office. But now he says it's time he step aside. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, St. Clair.
When Newswatch 16 continues, advice on protecting your pets against rabies.
Plus, later on, we'll show you the passing of a landmark business that's been serving its customers for more than 6 decades.
Sometimes a health problem arises that seems beyond the scope of ordinary medical care. That's why Geisinger is reaching out across 28 counties in Pennsylvania, bringing you world-class specialists with state-of-the-art equipment at their fingertips. Geisinger, dedicated people giving their all, helping you gain the margin of victory.
1851, and Americans are enjoying the great beers from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Beers known for their body and purity. Beers with a taste that would forever, according to one brewer, make Milwaukee famous. Whatever happened to that great beer taste? Introducing Milwaukee 1851. Once again, a beer with the full body, purity, and taste Americans first loved. Milwaukee 1851. Great beer taste is back.
If you own a dog, cat, or other small pet, federal health officials have some advice about rabies. They say you should get a 3-year rabies vaccination for your pet instead of the traditional 1-year vaccination. The problem is many pet owners forget when that 1 year is up. Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci went to Williamsport today and found state health officials there agree with the recommended change.
A year and a half ago, a Williamsport boy died of rabies after being bitten by a wild raccoon. The death occurred because officials say there's a virtual epidemic of rabies in the raccoon population of the state. Authorities at the state health department say 3-year vaccinations for pets won't diminish the wild animal epidemic of rabies, but it will help cut down on the number of avenues for the spread of the disease.
By having your pets immunized, you are putting a fence up between the wild rabies and the human population.
Rusty Harden is an epidemiologist with the State Health Department.
Most people who catch rabies get it from somebody's pet. And if the dog or cat is immunized, they're not going to get it.
There you go. Getting a needle of any kind isn't a pleasant experience for an animal, but with 3-year vaccines, the pets need shots less often.
If people are uncertain with the veterinarian, should they ask, doctor, is this a 3-year or a 1-year?
Right, they should.
And should they say, I prefer a 3-year?
They should, yes. It's certainly recommended.
And so if you're hounded by the question, what kind of a rabies vaccine should I get for my pet? Listen to what the experts told us. 3-year vaccines are best. Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16, Williamsport.
For the first time in over 6 years, the undamaged 3 Mile Island nuclear reactor today reached 100% of its power output. TMI officials say that the Dauphin County power plant sent out enough electricity today for the needs of about 500,000 homes. 2 shutdowns since Thursday evidently caused mineral deposits inside the steam generators to shift, allowing the Unit 1 reactor to reach full power for the first time since the 1979 Unit 2 nuclear accident that caused a partial meltdown at the plant. The Weather Watch is next with our chief meteorologist, Tom Clark.
And he has a scarf in his hand and binoculars. I don't know what you're going to be looking for out there, Tom.
I'm going to go look for some heavenly bodies outside. No, the Comet should be visible tonight. I'm going to go see if I can find it. And I'm going to wear more than a scarf, too, because it is bitter cold out there. When we come back, I'm going to show you a close-up view of the Comet. And you're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP TV 16, and we're proud to serve Stroudsburg and all of Monroe County.
The most beautiful faces are covered with mud.
You may not know me with my mud mask on, but soon, poof, a glamorous actress with glowing skin and a smile quick they could light up stage.
Say, who was that masked woman?
Mud mask.
American Motors thinks you've earned a holiday bonus. Buy a new Renault Alliance sedan, convertible, or Encore hatchback and get a check from the factory for up to $700, which may be used for a down payment. And now there are factory-to-dealer incentives on new 2- and 4-wheel drive Jeep Comanche, Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and Eagle. Holiday bonus from American Motors. Check it out at your Renault Jeep dealer.
Get your 5-state dealer's holiday bonus now.
Police officers in Williamsport will be taking a vote tonight on their jobs. They'll be casting ballots on whether to keep the regular 5-day week or switch to a 4-day week and work 10 hours a day. That vote was to be taken last month in Lycoming County, but the members of the Fraternal Order of Police, the officers' union, decided they needed more time to study the proposal. Williamsport's mayor, Stephen Lucchese, is in favor of the 4-day work week, saying it'll cut overtime expenses. The police officers aren't commenting on the matter until after their votes.
Well, out to the backyard we go, and there's Tom Clark looking up to the skies. Can you see it yet?
Just about, Karen. It's very faint in binoculars. Once again tonight, you can find the Halley's Comet by finding Jupiter in the southwest tonight. You can't miss that. And measure about a 2-fisted length above Jupiter, just a little bit to the right, and you should be able to see just a very faint patch of light, which indeed is the comet. Now, astronomer John Sabia from the Lackawanna Astronomical Society has sent us this photograph taken last Thursday of Halley's Comet. It was taken using a special 8-inch diameter astronomical camera. Now notice that a tail of particles has now formed due to forces from the sun. But as the comet gets closer to the sun, that tail should be getting longer and brighter. Now, that's one of the best shots we've seen up to this point, and we want to thank the John Sabia for dropping that off. Now, the temperature in the backyard now is also dropping off at the moment. Under mostly clear skies, it's now 22 degrees. Weather watcher Walter Dickman from Lake Winola in Wyoming County has 21 degrees. Chris Yavansky from State College has 16. And Mike Siemens from Lopez reports 8 degrees in the past hour. The humidity out back, 38%. The wind is from the northwest at 14, making it feel like about 0 at times. And because this air is colder, it's becoming more dense, and that's why the barometer is rising from 29.98. High here today, 31 degrees after a low of 22 is what we have now. It'll be colder than that by 11 o'clock tonight. 60, the record high for the date, and 37 was the high a year ago. Now that's a cold, wintry view today from Salem Township in Luzerne County. Frozen ice in that shot. Satellite view just in. Notice Pennsylvania mostly clear now. This cold front here came through this afternoon or late this morning, depending on where you live, put down some heavy snow showers, anywhere some just a dusting up to a ½ inch in some places. They form just like summer showers form. Very cold air in the upper atmosphere and warm air bubbles up, and we have those heavy showers. In this case, they were snow. But notice how clear the air is. Just a very strong Canadian high now building down out of southern Canada, and that's going to dominate our weather for the next couple of days and keep this stormy weather pattern south of Pennsylvania. Next chance for any storm here might not be until Friday or Saturday of this week. Now here's the sunrise time for tomorrow morning, and that will be at 7:28, and the sun sets at 4:50 in the afternoon tomorrow. Clear to partly cloudy overnight tonight, maybe a few flurries up over the northern counties. 12 degrees here, maybe as cold as 5 below in some of the coldest spots outside the valleys. Sunny to partly cloudy tomorrow, again maybe a few flurries in the mountains. 19, still very cold on Wednesday as well, mid to upper teens, plenty of sunshine. Clouding up on Thursday, a chance for some snow by Friday. But keep in mind that you lose a lot of your body heat out through your neck, okay? And so you'll feel warmer if you wear a scarf.
Good. I'm glad I wore this.
It makes a difference.
Yeah, plus the hat on the head helps.
That really helps, yes.
That really helps. Okay, Tom, see you on the update.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay.
Joe Zone is next with the Sports Watch and the new Super 16 basketball poll.
Plus, Joe will look ahead to the NFL playoffs.
Get cookin' and save up to 75 cents a pound on all Lancaster brand beef. This week at Acme, save up to 75 cents a pound on sirloin steak, delicious rump roast, T-bone steak, and round steak. You'll save $4.50 alone on a 6-pound bottom round roast. Treat yourself to the best and save up to 75 cents a pound this week during Acme's Lancaster brand beef sale.
Everyone's rushing to Wendy's. They're getting their money and waiting for the doors to open. Because Wendy's fresh quarter-pound singles are now just 99 cents. They're laughing. They're dancing in the streets. They're swinging on over to pick up fresh Wendy's singles for just 99 cents. So don't hang around. Drag a friend along. He'll love those fresh Wendy's singles for just 99 cents. But you better shake a leg. You're running out of time. Choose fresh. Choose Wendy's for just 99 cents.
A resignation in the coaching ranks today, Joe.
Bud Grant, Minnesota. Remember, he just took over last year. Just in. He says he's done. He wants to go fishing again, so he's gone. Let's talk about the playoffs from yesterday. I knew the Bears could be dominant. I did not think they could shut out the Giants, and I knew the Patriots were lucky to be in the playoffs. I did not think there was a chance in Hollywood they could beat the Raiders. They did. The Bears and the Raiders, well, the Bears and the Patriots, big winners in yesterday's playoffs. Highlights earlier, the Bears got all the points they needed when Sean Landeta missed a punt. I mean, he completely missed it. Bears picked it up, ran it in 7-0. They scored twice later, didn't need those points. They shut out the Giants. Final score, 21-0. Raiders looked like they would coast. They led New England 17-7. Jesse Hester's catch in the end zone. But then here's the big play of the game. It's a fumble, and it's recovered by the Patriots. 27-20, they win it. Lots of hitting in this game, folks, even for some people who didn't play. In fact, the Patriots GM got smacked.
I told one of their players that I was tired of him making speeches about our football team and how great the Raiders are and how lousy the New England Patriots are. I told him I was tired of that. He took exception to it during the game. He tells me he's going to see me after the game on the ramp, and he did.
Well, who was it?
Well, actually, the guy that gave me this was Matt Millen. Grabbed me by the back of the hair and flings his helmet at me. That's real good, you know. Guy stands up there real tough with both hands and his helmet off and hits me with his helmet. But let me tell you something. We're just getting back for Jack Tatum and all the other crap that this football team has put on our football team for 12 years.
He can't say that on the air, can he? Patriots go to Miami on Sunday. The Bears will be home with the Rams. We lost 3 teams in the Super 16 this past week. We're looking at week 3 of our high school basketball rankings and the number 16 spot. It's Forest City. They're 9-1. And the number 15 spot, Upper Dauphin, down from number 12. Number 14, Hazleton, they lost 2 games. They've dropped from 3rd. Number 13, Allentown Allen, lost 2 and dropped from 4th. In the 12th spot, Nanacoke won twice, unranked last week. They're in for the first time. Number 11, Galton, unranked last week. Number 10, Whitehall, 1-2. They're up from number 16. Number 9, GAR, up from 13th. Number 8 is Bishop Hoban, up from 10th. Number 7, Lehighton, from 9th. Number 6 is Weatherly. They're up with 2 wins from 8th. And then number 5, Panther Valley, they won twice. Number 4, Williamsport, lost to Coatesville. Tough game there by 2. Number 3, Bangor, won twice. Number 2, Emmaus, won 3. They're up from 5th. And our number 1 team this week, Allentown Central Catholic, won all 3 games. One of the best college wrestlers in the country is off the Bloomsburg University wrestling team. Ricky Bonomo, he's here in the yellow trunks, wrestling his brother. He's an All-American at Bloomsburg, wrestled at Lake Lehman in his high school days. He has not shown up for wrestling practice since the Wilkes tournament almost 2 weeks ago. He told us that he's tired of the grind. He hopes to continue his classes. Ricky Bonomo, an All-American, off the Bloomsburg team. Speaking of Bloomsburg, football coach George Landis is up for the head coaching job at Penn. Landis, one of 3 guys interviewed for the job. Bloomsburg would like Landis to stay, and why not? This past season, he led the Huskies to the Division II national semifinals. And tonight, at Myers High School in Wilkes-Barre, the 86th edition of the WNEP TV Insta Buckets will debut. We'll be playing the Myers faculty, Come One, Come All, and Laugh. That's all of it. Give tonight your best shot. See you at 11 o'clock.
Joe, who was that co-owner? Was that the New England Patriots?
Yeah, New England Patriots co-owner. He's the son,
nice.
really, of the
It looks like he showers with the team after the game. Is that what he was doing?
One of the boys. When you're the owner, you do whatever you
right.
like.
Right, and he obviously does.
Including get hit by players.
Good luck in your game tonight.
That's right. For 65 years, a family business in Bloomsburg has survived the changing times.
But the landmark store is up for sale. We'll talk with the people who built the tradition next as Newswatch 16 continues. Finally tonight, the story of one of those mom-and-pop type operations, a place where you can pick up a newspaper, some groceries, or an ice cream cone. In fact, this shop has been in Bloomsburg since 1920. But as Newswatch 16's Valerie Devine reports, after 65 years, the store is closing its doors.
This is what Ash and Nana's looked like back in 1928, a few years after it opened. 65 years since its debut, the shop hasn't changed much. The original showcase still stands in the same spot. The soda fountain and ice cream dispensers still sit in the corner. Bob Nana and his wife Jean took over the business from Bob's family 35 years ago. They've worked practically every day since. Now they've decided it's time to retire.
It's getting time of life when you want to do something different, you know. We've been here 35 years, and we're just going to retire and take her easy a little bit.
Basically not having to be here every day of the year and having the choice of going someplace over a weekend and going on a vacation as long as we'd like, that sort of thing.
Now, the Nonases admit they'll miss this old place, but they aren't going to be the only ones to miss the business. The customers admit they'll miss it, too.
I'm sad to see them go. I really am, but I wish them the best because I know what they're looking forward to. We tease them a lot about not letting him sell out here, but I'm very glad for him.
The Nonas say they have several people interested in buying their store. They only hope the person who buys it carries on the same mom-and-pop tradition that made this store a landmark. Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16, Bloomsburg.
And that is Newswatch 16 for a Monday.
Enjoy your evening.